One question that comes up a lot when a patent gets filed is whose name gets put at the top of the patent? Who are the inventors? Well, it turns out that the patent laws allow only true inventors to be named on a patent. And so then the question is, who is a true inventor? Hi, my name is Carr Ferrell. I'm a Silicon Valley patent and intellectual property attorney. And over the last 3 decades, I've represented some of the most important tech companies in the world. Welcome back to my channel. So what is a true inventor? Who is a true inventor on an invention? Well, when you have an invention, the true inventor is anyone who participates in the conception of the invention. That is, conceiving of the idea and developing the idea to the point where it can be reduced to practice. That is, it can actually be implemented or built. Now, the conception of an idea is different than the conception of a problem. Conceiving a mere problem is not the same as creating an invention. So let's do a simple hypothetical. An inventor by the name of Abel conceives of a perpetual motion machine. Now, a perpetual motion machine is something that moves, that is in motion forever. You start it in motion like a pendulum, and the pendulum will continue to precess back and forth forever. At least here on Earth, perpetual motion machines are difficult. And the reason they're difficult is we have a lot of other forces that tend to work against perpetual motion. And in fact, in the patent office, it's the only invention for which the patent office still requires you submit a working model in order to get a patent. Nevertheless, probably once or twice a year, I still get phone calls with inventors wanting to patent their perpetual motion machines. Now, Abel, being the old school mechanical engineer that he is, he sits at his drafting table and creates blueprints of the perpetual motion machine. He then takes the blueprints and he hands them to Bob. Bob is a machinist. He says, "Bob, here's my perpetual motion machine. I would like you to build it." So now, assuming that Abel has created sufficiently detailed blueprints to allow the machine to be built, then Abel is the true inventor of the perpetual motion machine. If all Bob is doing is building the perpetual motion machine from the blueprint, Bob is not an inventor. He is not a true inventor. His name would not appear on the patent. There is a distinction between inventions and academic papers. It's very common in academic settings when a paper is authored and submitted for peer review and publication that the entire lab, it seems in some cases, gets listed as authors on the paper. It's not unusual to have 10 or 12 names on a technical academic paper. That's not the case for patents. It's only true inventors who can be listed on the face of a patent. And now a bit of street law. Sometimes a dispute arises among inventors as to whose name should appear on the patent. Some inventors believe that, hey, Bob didn't really contribute at all, or my name should be on there as well because I was in the meeting and I piped up with some ideas that are discussed in the patent application. When this dispute arises, we should always try to resolve the dispute in an inclusive way. It's better to add an extra inventor if there is a dispute, rather than leave an inventor out, because we don't want a disgruntled participant coming in later during a litigation on the patent claiming that he or she should have been listed and was a true inventor and got left off. Now, if a true inventor inadvertently gets left off the patent, it's a relatively easy matter to add that person's name later, although there's a small fee for amending the names on the patent. Now, where patent naming does become important is when two inventors are collaborating from different companies. And the identity of true inventors in this case could be important because both companies could have rights in the patent. And this could have significant ramifications. So we want to pay extra attention where two inventors from separate companies are collaborating and might contribute to patentability on an invention. Okay, that's really all I have to say today about inventorship. If you have any thoughts or comments, put them down below in the comment section. Otherwise, see you next video.